Hi guys, it's been a while since my last video. Work has got me traveling, and after that there's this whole COVID-19 thing with the lockdown. It's been 3 months since we've been locked down and we've not been able to go anywhere. Stuck at home, no outdoors, nothing. So I figured it's about time I got cracking and made another video. And since we're stuck at home, granted we can go out to a limited basis now, but for the most part we're stuck at home, so I thought do something about gear. And I was thinking, well, something that's been peeving me to no end recently was this. It's my Xiaomi Mi Band. I'm using the Mi Band 4. That's blending with my t-shirt well. That was not planned. Anyway, so I use the Mi Band 4, and in all honesty, actually, it's a pretty stand-up band. It's tough. I wore it on the AT last year for my section hike. I've used it everywhere else. I use it at work. I've fallen with it. It's been scuffed up. It's tough. No doubts about that. The strap is good. You can see it still looks pretty good after a year of use and abuse. Battery is good. I get about a week and a half from it, and that's with all monitoring on 24/7. And I recharge when there's like 15 or 20% of battery left, and that's still at a week and a half, so no problem there. So why am I complaining about the Mi Band? Am I complaining about the Mi Band? If you clicked on this video, I guess you already know the answer. Yes, this strap is the Achilles heel of the Mi Band. This part is perfect, I would say. There's no problem. It's good response, and all that. I like it. I find it really good size, light. You don't even know you're wearing it. But this part over here, this is the Achilles heel. So the problem is, if any of you all wear this, I'm sure you know the problem. And if any of y'all are thinking of buying the Mi Band, this will be your problem. So if you look at this band over here, and let's get it in focus. Anyway, this band, it sticks out. I'm doing a Spider-Man move over here, and you can see that if anything just comes up and rubs against it, it's going to pop open. So this could be, let's just get this back on. This could be just you moving, walking, brushing up against your bag, against your waist strap, against a table, against a chair, and with that thing just popping off. It's a risk of losing your band. I mean, it's not expensive. I paid like 95 ringgit for that. That's like just over 20 bucks for it, and for what it is, it's a good band, but it's still flawed. I was flying back on a plane the other day, and a chap next to me also had a Mi Band 4, exactly like mine, and it was on the seat next to him, and he was dead asleep. And so I just left it on the seat table in front of him. There's a table, and when he woke up, I asked him, "Hey chap, is that your band?" And he said, "Oh yeah, that's his." And he also said that it falls off from time to time. So this is a problem, and some might say, well, if you keep getting brushed up this way, why don't you like flip it around, right? So this is in this manner now. It's like this, and it's like that. So because this being symmetrical, you could just flip this around and wear it like this. So then, in which case then it's facing backwards. But you could still bump it in the opposite direction. I've tried both ways. Different actions knock it off. So it's not a good design. And so I was thinking there has to be something better out there in the market. So I checked around, and well, I got this. So this is an analog of an Apple Watch strap. So how it works, let's get this thing out, and we'll just put this into here. So it pops in just the same, quite easy. Just pop it in like that, and you just put it on like a normal watch, in the sense like you hold it in place, you find the point where you want to button it in. The difference here is this thing. You tuck it in, and once it's tucked in, it doesn't catch on anything. And so now you're probably banging on and saying, "Chris, why are you banging on about this now. You've got your solution, right? Well, not exactly. So the difference between this strap and this strap is, if you look at this strap is quite firm, it's quite hard. Silicone is quite tough. This strap, on the other hand, you can see it's real floppy and all that, right? So, and the silicone is extremely stretchy. So, fastener side, perfect. What's wrong with this is actually, let me get this back on and I'll show you. Let's see, most of the time it happens when you're sleeping or when your hand is constricted somewhere. So, when you're sleeping, you normally rub your hands on the sheets and stuff like that, right? This silicone is really soft and sticky. Not sticky as in it'll stick to something, but it has a higher coefficient of friction. And when it rubs, it is possible, as you do this, because it's so stretchy, it's not a good position, but because it's so stretchy, it can eventually just like pop the, well, there you go. This thing will just pop out at night. I predominantly faced this problem when I was sleeping, so I can't remember how many nights, I can't recall how many nights I woke up with my band like this. And I would have to rummage through my sheets, under my pillows, between the bed and all that to get my hands back on this. So you can see the difference in the bands. This band holds its form, this band is flimsy as heck. So good implementation for this and wrong material. So my next step was thinking, hey, you can find everything online, right? So I started looking for these pins. What you can find online are, just take these out. Chris, don't drop it, Chris. You like to drop things. You can find these little pins in all forms, all designs, shapes, aluminium, plastic and all that. It's the original one that comes together with this. But you cannot fix this like this because there is a recess here, right? It's countersunk. So normally it goes inwards. But if you were to fit it, Chris, I told you not to drop something. So if you take this and put it in the opposite direction, yeah, you could push it in, but the way the thing is formed, it'll maintain a gap there because there's a little notch halfway through out there. And if you try to figuratively fit it like that and all that, it doesn't really hold because of, one, the gap here which doesn't really get pushed through, and two, this countersunk bit actually prevents it from going and clipping in all the way. So what can you do with that? I just figured it out the other day, and so the band that you wear, right, is basically for yourself. It is not for anybody else. Your hand doesn't change size. So all of these holes are meant for the band to accommodate different wearers, different buyers. But if this is just yours alone, you only use one hole. That is why when it is new, actually, the rest of the holes are fine. I mean, it holds itself pretty well. I mean, even with this flaw, it does maybe in adverse situations, it could pop out. But this is the sound of a hole when it is new. Well, right? That's an unused hole. And this is the hole that I use all the time. There's no click anymore, right? It's already worn out. You can even see which one it is. It's the white one, the one with all the damage. So, what can you do? This is what I came up with. It's a hack, it's not perfect. If you can buy these things, that's where it's at. Okay, before I show you this, let's talk about this. This is a two-sided button rivet. So it's like a jeans button. You have a nail on the back and a socket on the front, and so you basically assemble it. I tried to look for these online, right? And I could only find it on Alibaba. I couldn't find it anywhere else. And you know, Alibaba is the bulk version, right? It's commercial. It's like Costco for stuff. And I think the MOQ, the minimum order quantity, was like 50 or 100 on the low end, and it's normally like 500 or 1,000. And that's so if I buy like 50 or 100, it's like 50 US cents a piece. That's like almost half the price of a new generic band. So that's not sorted, and else I would have bought this a long time ago. So guys, if any of you are watching and know I can find this two-sided, two-piece fitness band button for cheap, I mean like 10 or 20 cents a piece, that would be good. I'd happily buy half a dozen or so just for it. So anyway, back to the hack. I haven't seen anybody else do this online. I might be the first. I'm not saying I am the first, but while this thing was annoying me to no end, I did look online and I couldn't find anybody doing this. So you take your band and take the one with the holes, right? And you get the hole that you normally use, and you take your button and you put it from the outside. So see your watch, it's the outside, and you put it from the outside in. So, and then you can see all this. This is the problem. Can you see that? That's actually silicone material being pushed out. It's all the bits that's supposed to get clipped, be doing the clipping, I guess. So you put it from the outside, and then you pop it in. And if it doesn't go in fully, just give the band like that. Yeah, like this. A bit of a pull, stretch out the hole a little bit and push it in nicely. And that should get your button in fully. So now, to put it on, it's a bit messy. It's not as easy as the Apple-ish, Apple-esque. Okay, so now to wear it, let me just move the side a bit. You basically get a loop, you tuck what used to be the button end of the strap into the loop and underneath, and then just gradually feed it up until it comes up to where the button is, and then you line it up and you push it in, and make sure you give it a good press, because remember that recess section, the countersunk section where the button originally was, that needs to get in and the button has to go through. Once it's in, I wore this for a couple of weeks, it didn't come out, it was secure. So now with this, it's sort of imitating the Apple Watch, but with no size adjustment, because the button is on a single hole, but that, as I mentioned just now, doesn't really matter. So now, that's not going to get caught on. And so, this is how I've been wearing my Mi Band for the past few weeks since I figured this little hack out. Xiaomi, if you're watching, please do this. This is the logical thing to do on a fitness band. People use it for sports and for everything else, and this is not even like a watch. People wear this all the time. That's what they're designed to do. So do something like this, Apple-esque. Use a button, don't use a buckle. Buckles are not good, I don't like it. Buttons are so clean, and look at this, this is clean. All you have to do is use this for us on this. Where you put this black button, use this, and we can then wear it like this anywhere along the way. So guys, Xiaomi, yeah, that'll be the time. A channel with just a handful of subscribers and Xiaomi is actually watching and taking heed. Anyway, so guys, thank you for watching, and if you have any ideas of how to make this thing better, any suggestions, ideas where to get this thing, let me know. I would love to learn from you guys and improve this thing, make removal and putting it back on a little bit easier, but at this point it's not too bad because we only take it off once a week to charge, at least, at most. So yeah, I know these times during COVID-19 is a little bit difficult. We're all expected to stay home, social distancing and all that. Please keep it together. I know it's not easy, but we can only get through this if everyone does their part. Stay strong, and when it's safe, I'll see you on the trail. Thank you.